Before this year, even if you were out and you was on parole or probation, you couldn't vote. The law allows now that as long as you're not in prison, incarcerated, that you can vote.
One of the first pieces of legislation that I worked on was restoring voting rights to folks that are currently home but serving on parole or probation. These are our family members, these are our friends, these are our neighbors. They catch transportation just like we do. They are dealing with housing challenges just like we do. They're looking for a fair wage just like we do. They're looking to not go broke from health care just like we do. They pay taxes. But the reality was that they didn't have a voice to make sure that their issues was heard because they didn't have a vote.
This levels the playing field and gives everybody and allows everybody to feel like they are part of society. But it means nothing if we don't exercise.
We know that politicians, they might say that they pay attention to everybody, but we know that politicians pay attention to people that vote.
Don't sit down there on your butt and complain about what you're not getting, and then you don't want to exercise your right to vote.
My friend Denny Tavares in Prince George's County was elected by 3 votes. 3 votes decided whether she would sit on that Prince George's City Council. My friend Pat Young in West Baltimore County, he was elected by 55 votes. 55 votes decided whether he was going to the House of Delegates.
The returning citizens can be the swing vote on any election and make a complete difference of who represent us and representing our cause and our needs as people coming home and trying to get their lives back together. And they need to understand that, because them numbers way surpass the margin of victories and losses in the state of Maryland, across the board, even for the governor. I voted in the primary, so that was my first time, and absolutely proud of that. I wore my little pin to work the next day. If you want your problems heard down in Annapolis, then you got to go vote. You got to put people in office that are going to represent you, because the people down there are going to represent the people that vote.